Chapter 531 Xinghuan Peak was empty. Yifeng was a little panicked. Are you still going to the wolf car? Hearing Yifeng's voice, Luo Qianxue also ended her practice, then opened her eyes, looked at Yifeng with a charming look and asked. Fuck. Master has learned bad things. This look is so charming. Seeing Luo Qianxue's charming eyes, Yifeng also revealed a wicked smile, and then hurriedly said, Master, the wolf car is not safe, let's go to a place where there is no one. Safe. Master and Master have followed brotherly back to Xuanchuang sect. This time, no one will disturb us. Seeing Yifeng's worried look, Luo Qianxue couldn't help laughing, and then looked at Yifeng and explained aloud. A moment later, inside the wolf car. Disciple. Do you wipe your nosebleed first? When changing to the third set of clothes, Luo Qianxue blushed and reminded Yifeng. Ah. Hearing Luo Qianxue's reminder, Yifeng also wiped the blood from his nose with his sleeve, and then said with a smirk, Master, it's okay, continue, you continue. When Luo Qianxue finally changed 8 sets of clothes, Yifeng also walked directly towards Luo Qianxue, and then said with a smirk, Master, how about we get a little prodigal son? Disciple. But I'm not convenient today. After hearing Yifeng's words, Luo Qianxue blushed and explained aloud. Not convenient today? The immortals in the fantasy world still have periods? Playing? Hearing Luo Qianxue's words, Yifeng couldn't believe his ears. He had never thought that the immortals actually had a terrible relative called Aunt. Disciple. Then, I will go to practice first. Whenever you want to see me wear these clothes, I will wear them for you anytime. After saying that, Luo Qianxue also kissed Yifeng on the cheek, and then ran into the temple. Damn. I was so excited, but I lost to a relative. Who can stand this? Seeing Luo Qianxue leaving, Yifeng also revealed a bitter smile, and then left Wuji Peak and headed directly to Xinghuan Peak. Xinghuan Peak. Damn. Where are the people? When Yifeng arrived at Xinghuan Peak and found that the entire Xinghuan Peak was empty, a look of uneasiness appeared on his face. After all, this situation was too abnormal, and with those abnormal people on Xinghuan Peak, it was absolutely impossible for negative to equal positive, but it was highly likely that negative to equal super negative. Ha ha ha. Brother Jiao, it has to be you. Without you in Xinghuan Peak, we would have lost so much fun. Just when Yifeng felt uneasy, Tu Meng's loud laughter suddenly came from the other side of the peak road. Yes, I have to follow Brother Jiao. I have to change my cheating routine in the future. Brother Jiao, becoming the dream of thousands of girls is no longer my life goal. If I can achieve 1/10 of Brother Jiao's achievements, then my life will be worth it. Following Brother Jiao, there is only one word, steady. Finally, I don't have to kneel when I see people. Then, the voices of Hong Laolu, Zhu Kai, Chen Fan and others also rang out from the peak road. Finally, everyone is back. I was wondering why everyone was not at Xinghuan Peak. It turns out that Xiaojiao took them away. I really don't know what Xiaojiao took them out for, and they were so supported by everyone. After hearing what everyone said, Yifeng's face also showed a hint of curiosity. What's going on? Why are everyone wearing tattered clothes? And what does it mean to hold a broken bowl in your hand? When everyone appeared in Yifeng's sight, seeing everyone's beggar clothes, Yifeng was stunned. Young Master Yi. My lord. Big brother. When the people who came over found Yifeng, they also shouted excitedly, and then all ran towards Yifeng. Everyone, be quiet for a moment. Xiaojiao, I'll just ask you one question. What's going on? Hearing the people running over chattering in his ear, Yifeng quickly stopped them, then looked directly at Yi Xiaojiao and asked. My lord. I'm taking everyone to experience the life of begging. I feel that only when you have truly experienced poverty, you can enjoy the joy of squandering money when you suddenly become rich. Hearing Yifeng's question, Yi Xiaojiao explained in a serious tone, speak human language. Do you think I will believe your nonsense? Hearing Yi Xiaojiao's words, Yifeng looked at the other party with a smile and asked again. This. My lord, didn't I just meet the 5 great ancestors after I came to Xinghuan Peak? It was interesting to see them wearing begging clothes and holding begging bowls, so I took everyone to experience the life of begging. Hearing Yifeng's repeated questioning, Yi Xiaojiao smiled awkwardly and explained. Is it that simple? Nothing else? After hearing Yi Xiaojiao's explanation, Yifeng said with some disbelief. My lord. Also, maybe our begging method is a little different from the normal begging method. After hearing this, Yi Xiaojiao explained again. Oh. Hearing this, Yifeng looked directly at Tu Meng and Hong Laolu and said, You two come and demonstrate, let me see how you beg. Ah. Young Master Yi, Hong Laolu is not suitable, how about letting Chen Fan and I cooperate? Tu Meng also quickly expressed his thoughts after hearing this. Let Chen Fan cooperate? That guy has nothing to do but kneel, and begging requires his cooperation. Are you begging on your knees? Hearing Tu Meng's proposal, Yifeng became more and more interested, and then nodded and said, Okay, then you and Chen Fan can demonstrate it. Soon. Holding a broken bowl, Tu Meng looked at Chen Fan with an arrogant look and said loudly, Hey, brother, I haven't eaten for a day, give me something. After hearing this, Chen Fan was stunned at first, and then he showed a trace of anger and said, Are you sick? You are so arrogant when begging. I won't give you anything, what can you do? Snap. 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 After Tu Meng gave Chen Fan a simple lesson, he continued, Brother, you see I am so hungry that I almost have no strength to beat people, please be kind and give me something. Pung. After hearing this, Chen Fan knelt down directly in front of Tu Meng, and then shouted sincerely, I will give it to you. Did they go out to beg or rob? After watching the performance of the two, Yifeng was completely stunned. Chapter 532 Elder Yi, do you want to beg with us? Bound feet. Is this what you said, the way of begging is a little different? Are you sure this is begging? After recovering from his shock, Yifeng also looked at Yi Xiaojiao and asked. Master Bound Feet. We are here. When will we go out to beg again? At this moment, the voices of the 7 great elders, including Elder Taishu, Elder Zizhu, Elder Leihua, etc., suddenly rang out from the other side of the peak road. Damn it! I am a spendthrift. The Holy Land is also the richest holy land in the upper world. Why don't you enjoy yourself? Why do you want to beg? Seeing the 7 great elders of the Holy Land wearing tattered clothes and holding broken bowls, Yifeng's face also showed an incredible look. Huh. Elder Yi, when did you come back? Do you want to come together? When the 7 great elders came over, Elder Taishu also looked at Yifeng and asked, and at the same time took out a set of tattered clothes and a broken bowl from the fairy ring and handed them to Yifeng. Me, a spendthrift. Let me go begging with you? Seeing the tattered clothes and bowl handed over by Elder Taishu, Yifeng was about to explode. He was devastated and thought, what went wrong? How did this holy land suddenly become like this? Elder Yi. I tell you, begging is fun. All the disciples of our 7 great immortal peaks are ready and can go to other sects to beg at any time. Seeing Yifeng standing there for a long time without any reaction, Elder Taishu persuaded him again. It's fine if you guys go out to beg. You also want to lead tens of thousands of disciples in the Holy Land to beg? And, is that begging? That's simply robbing under the guise of begging. Hearing what Elder Taishu said, Yifeng was shocked and speechless. After a while, Xiaojiao. What's going on? After recovering, Yifeng also looked at Yi Xiaojiao and asked with his spiritual sense. My lord. I just saw that everyone was bored in the Holy Land, so I wanted to take them to find some fun. But what I didn't expect was that they were addicted to playing. Hearing Yifeng's question, Yi Xiaojiao also hurriedly explained. Hey! This is not an addiction to begging, this is an addiction to robbery. After hearing Yi Xiaojiao's explanation, Yifeng also revealed a bitter smile, and then directly said to the system, System, let Xiao He, Xiao Bai and Xiao Chui come out, anyway, they are playing, let them come out and breathe. Swish. As Yifeng's voice fell, Yi Xiaojiao suddenly realized something, and then turned his head sharply to look at the sky in the distance, and said in shock, What's going on, why did my lord let the three of them out? Xiaojiao. Your brother He, brother Bai and brother Chui are all here. Next, the four of you will lead the sect to go out begging. And my only request to you four is to protect the safety of everyone in the Holy Land. After saying that, Yifeng took Tang Xiaoqiang to his courtyard residence. A moment later. Young Master Yi. You brought me here, is there something going on? After arriving at Yifeng's courtyard residence, Tang Xiaoqiang also asked, with a puzzled look on his face. Bald Chong. I called you here this time because I have something to tell you. I founded a prodigal sect that spreads across the heavens and the worlds. I currently have 6 direct disciples and more than 100,000 prodigal disciples. Now, I want to accept you as my 7th direct disciple. Are you willing? As long as you become my direct disciple, you will have countless. Before Yifeng finished speaking, Tang Xiaoqiang knelt down in front of Yifeng, and then shouted excitedly, Disciple Tang Xiaoqiang, meet the master. Okay. Then let's start. Next, you will know more about the situation of the prodigal family, so be mentally prepared first. After saying that, Yifeng put his right hand on Tang Xiaoqiang's forehead. On the other side, the 4 people who were chatting seemed to have noticed something, and all looked in the direction of Yifeng. Xiaojiao, congratulations. Xiaojiao, I think that little bald guy is much better than you. Xiaojiao, such a good thing happened today, shouldn't we 3 beat you up to cheer you up? Soon, Yi Xiaohe, Yi Xiaobai and Yi Xiaochui looked at Yi Xiaojiao with a smile on their faces and said. Finally done. There's nothing else to do next, let's go find the 7 fairies. I'm very angry today, I have to let the 7 fairies play with me. When Tang Xiaoqiang left, Yifeng also lay down on the bed with a smile on his face to rest. Too scary. I didn't expect that Master actually had such a terrifying identity. Since Master thinks so highly of me, I must work hard to develop the prodigal sect and never let Master down. Thinking of this, Tang Xiaoqiang no longer wanted to beg or rob, but walked directly towards the exit of the Holy Land. He wanted to leave the Holy Land and travel throughout the upper realm to find more prodigal disciples for the prodigal sect. Bald Chong, do you want to go out alone to train? Seeing Bald Chong approaching from a distance, Elder Yu Gui, who was lying in a rocking chair basking in the sun, also asked curiously. Elder Jade Ghost. I am indeed going to go out alone to gain experience. When he said this, Tang Xiaoqiang suddenly noticed the 2 ancient fairy beasts, the swift red thunder leopard and the black-bladed white jade sculpture, standing behind Elder Jade Ghost. Thinking that he would probably waste a lot of time on the road with his own strength, he continued to say, Elder Jade Ghost, can I take the black-bladed white jade sculpture with me? Of course. After hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's inquiry, Elder Jade Ghost directly said to the black-bladed white jade sculpture behind him, Little Eagle, you can go out with Bald Chong. Remember, if you encounter danger, you must protect his safety. That's right. Elder Jade Ghost, the other 7 great elders of the Holy Land are currently gathered at Xinghuan Peak. Aren't you going to join in the fun? Just as Tang Xiaoqiang was about to step into the maze formation with the black-bladed white jade sculpture, Tang Xiaoqiang suddenly thought of something, and then looked directly at Elder Jade Ghost, who was lying on a rocking chair basking in the sun, and asked, "Fuck. What are they doing behind my back? You are taking me less and less seriously. Do you really think I am air?" Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's words, Elder Jade Ghost stood up from the rocking chair, then soared into the sky and quickly rushed towards the direction of Xinghuan Peak. Chapter 533, Tianma Patriarch, did you say that Big Brother would meet us? The breath of a direct disciple. I didn't expect that Bald Chong was actually accepted as a direct disciple by the sect master. Then taking the black-edged white jade sculpture out this time may also be an opportunity for it. When Elder Jade Ghost left, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion, who was watching the excitement not far away, also came over. Looking at Tang Xiaoqiang and the black-edged white jade sculpture who disappeared in the maze formation, he also muttered to himself with shock on his face. Fate. This is the fate of the black-blade white jade sculpture. It didn't go out when it should, but went out when it shouldn't. Even if I was born to be the gatekeeper, it was born to be a hard worker. At this time, the swift red thunder leopard saw the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion coming over, and smiled and said what he thought. Wrong. Little leopard, you are really wrong. Tang Xiaoqiang's current identity is not simple. It is no exaggeration to say that as long as he wants, he can take the black blade white jade sculpture into the prodigal sect at any time. This time when they go out, if the black blade white jade sculpture performs better, it may have a chance to join the prodigal sect. So, this time out is definitely an opportunity for it. Once it joins the prodigal sect, only you and Fong Fong will be left here to guard the gate of the Holy Land. Hearing the words of the swift red thunder leopard, the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion explained in a serious voice. What? Mina, you are not kidding me. Guard Chong can take the little eagle into the prodigal sect? After hearing the words of the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion, the swift red thunder leopard was so shocked that his eyes almost popped out. If this is true, then wouldn't it be the only pet left to guard the gate? No. Don't mess with me. Originally, I, the team leader who guards the house, was in charge of 3 ancient fairy beasts, but the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion went out for a while and got out of my control. That left only 2. Now another one has been taken away, and it is very likely to get out of my control again when it comes back. In the end, I will only be in charge of 1 ancient fairy beast. What a shitty team leader. Fong Fong, who was standing aside, had already begun to lose his mind after hearing the conversation between the 2 beasts. He had originally thought that the army of ancient fairy beasts he managed would increase in number, but who would have thought that not only was there not much, but they were almost gone. The leader of the Dark Soul sect, Shaoli, has come to visit the Star Soul Holy Land. If I have disturbed you, I hope you will not blame me. At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded from outside the Holy Land. The leader of the Dark Soul sect, Shaoli? He actually came. Does that mean that the guy, the heavenly demon ancestor, has also come? Hearing this familiar voice, the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion also muttered to himself with surprise. It knew that Yi Feng had brought 100,000 heavenly demon soul-devouring swords to the Dark Soul sect and found the other party. After losing all the heavenly demon soul-devouring swords, Shaoli and the heavenly demon ancestor told Li Haoyang that they wanted to follow Yi Feng. Fong Fong. The visitor is a guest. Don't make it too difficult for him. They are all here to find young Master Yi. At this time, the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion also directly reminded Fong Fong beside him. Mina. Should I take them to the Holy Land first, or should I ask young Master Yi first? Fong Fong hurriedly asked after hearing the reminder from the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion. Let's ask young Master Yi first. After pondering for a moment, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion also gave a suggestion. After a moment. Young Master Yi. The Dark Soul sect master, Shaoli, came to visit the Holy Land. Mina said he should be looking for you. Should I bring him here immediately? Fang Feng also asked respectfully when he arrived outside Yi Feng's residence. Dark Soul sect master Shaoli? That weird sect leader, who casually passed the position of sect leader to his son and wanted to follow me, his good brother. The old demon ancestor is probably here too. Yi Feng, who was in a daze, heard Fang Feng's words and said casually, "Let the old demon ancestor stay to watch the gate. As for Shaoli, let him go back to his own sect. Although he can't follow me, he can follow my little brother Li Haoyang. Just say so, he will understand the meaning." After that, Yi Feng fell asleep again with the soft quilt. Outside the Holy Land. Old demon ancestor. No one has come out for half a day. Do you think Li Haoyang's good brother will meet us? At this time, Shaoli, who was a little anxious, also asked the old demon ancestor. I don't know. If he is willing to see us, there is still a glimmer of hope. If he doesn't even want to see us, then there is definitely no hope at all. But no matter what, let's wait here honestly. Even if he doesn't want to see us, he will send someone out to tell us. Hearing Shaoli's question, the heavenly demon ancestor also expressed his thoughts. Someone came out. Just then, when Fang Feng walked out of the maze formation, Shaoli and the heavenly demon ancestor also looked at each other. One left. Another one came. This is also a good thing. At this time, Fang Feng, who came out, also showed a touch of joy on his face. After all, he was just worried that there was only one little leopard left, but in the end, a newcomer came to guard the gate. How could this not make him, the team leader, happy? Huh? Why is there only one person? When Fang Feng found that only Shaoli was standing outside, his face also showed a trace of doubt. This breath. Shaoli, the other party is an ancient soul cultivator. At this time, the old ancestor of the demon noticed Fang Feng's special breath and was surprised to remind Shaoli. Huh? What's the matter with that knife? Why do I detect the breath of an ancient immortal on that knife? At the same time, Fang Feng also noticed the broken demon soul-devouring knife in Shaoli's hand. Junior Shaoli. Greetings to the ancient senior. After learning the other party's identity, Shaoli also shouted to Fang Feng with a respectful look. Interesting. The spirit of the demon ancestor is hidden in the sword in your hand. Let him come out. After hearing what Shaoli said, Fang Feng also laughed and said. Soon. The shadow of the demon ancestor gradually condensed above the demon soul-devouring sword. I have already asked young Master Yi. The demon ancestor can stay in the Holy Land to guard the gate. As for Sect Master Shao, you can go back directly. Young Master Yi said that although you can't follow him, you can go to find Li Haoyang and then follow Li Haoyang. Seeing the appearance of the demon ancestor, Fang Feng also directly conveyed Yi Feng's meaning. Chapter 534 Flower Appreciation Conference. Isn't this a job? I, the top ancient weapon refiner. Just let me stay in the Holy Land as a gatekeeper? Hearing Fang Feng's words, the demon ancestor couldn't believe his ears, but thinking of Yi Feng's arrogance, he felt that being a gatekeeper was not unacceptable, at least much better than Shaoli. Thinking that Shaoli didn't even have the qualifications to stay, he also looked at him with sympathy. What's going on? The old demon can stay to watch the gate, but I have to go back. Shaoli was stunned when he heard Fang Feng's words, then he looked at Fang Feng and said quickly, Senior, I can also stay to watch the gate. Master Shao. What do you think of the Xinghuan Holy Land? Do you think anyone can come to the Holy Land to be a gatekeeper? I tell you, if you want to get a chance to watch the gate in the Holy Land, First you have to be an ancient immortal or an ancient immortal beast. If you are not, then you don't even have the qualifications to watch the gate. Now, do you understand? After hearing what Xiaoli said, Fang Feng also explained. What? Only ancient immortals or ancient immortal beasts are qualified to guard the gate of the Holy Land? Xiaoli was really shocked when he heard Fang Feng's words. He never thought that the Holy Land where Yifeng was located had such a high threshold for even a gatekeeper. Even this height was far beyond his imagination. It is no exaggeration to say that if there were ancient immortals or ancient immortal beasts sitting in their Dark Soul sect, he would have to worship them like ancestors. Sect Master Xiao. Do you have any questions now? Seeing Xiaoli, who was shocked, Fang Feng also asked with a smile on his face. Senior. I have no questions. After answering Fang Feng's question, Xiaoli also looked at the old ancestor of the demon and said, Old ancestor of the demon, I will leave first. If you can meet a good brother when you are guarding the gate of the Holy Land, I hope you can help me say a few more good words for us because of our many years of friendship. After that, Xiaoli turned around and walked away. Ancestor Tianma, right. I didn't expect you to survive as the spirit of an immortal weapon. So are you going to rebuild your body or find a good body and then use it to reborn? After Xiaoli left, Fang Feng looked at Ancestor Tianma and asked. Sir. I want to rebuild my body, but the cultivation resources and natural treasures I need may be a bit too much. If young Master Yi knew, would he be angry? If not, I'll find a similar body to use to reborn. Hearing Fang Feng's question, Ancestor Tianma also expressed his thoughts. Why would Master Yi be angry? The cultivation resources and natural treasures in the Holy Land are enough for you to rebuild your body. Okay, you can't understand what I'm saying now. I'll take you back to the Holy Land first. When you see the situation in the Holy Land, you will understand what I mean. After that, Fang Feng picked up the heavenly demon soul-devouring knife on the ground and walked towards the maze formation. Early the next morning. Hey! I had so much fun playing with the 7 fairies last night that I ruined this quilt again. When Yifeng woke up, he looked at his quilt and shook his head helplessly and muttered to himself. My current strength has reached the peak of the 9th level of the Immortal Saint realm. I only need to obtain 18 more Immortal Ascension pills to break through to the peak of the 9th level of the Immortal God realm. Isn't this breakthrough a bit too fast? I haven't played much in the upper realm yet. After sitting up from the bed, Yifeng thought of this situation and muttered to himself in a very Versailles way. Forget it. Forget it, let's check today's waste products first. Thinking of this, Yifeng also checked today's waste products. Today's waste products, 3 ancient top fairy flowers * 10,000, 10,000 plants each, the 3 most special top-level fairy flowers in ancient times, the 3 most special top-level fairy flowers in ancient times, each of which was extremely rare in ancient times. That's it? No matter how special it is, isn't it used for cultivation or alchemy? After checking the waste products refreshed today, Yifeng did not have much interest. He even wondered whether he should find a place to bury these 30,000 top-level fairy flowers. Disciple. Are you awake? At this moment, Luo Qianshua's voice suddenly rang out from the courtyard outside. Fuck. Master, why don't you practice well and take good care of your relatives? Why do you come to me so early in the morning? After hearing Luo Qianshua's voice, Yifeng hurriedly put the quilt full of battle results beside him into the system space. At this time, Luo Qianshua just walked in from outside. Master. I just woke up, what's the matter? Seeing Luo Qianshua coming in, Yifeng also asked, with embarrassment. Disciple. Master just contacted me with the sound transmission stone, saying that the once-in-a-century flower viewing event on Tianhua Island is about to begin. And now as the Lord of the Holy Land, I naturally have to go to Tianhua Island to participate in this flower viewing event on her behalf, so I thought of coming here to ask if you have time. Seeing Yifeng's strange expression, Luo Qianxue also showed a puzzled look, but did not ask too much, but directly stated the purpose of this visit. Flower viewing event on Tianhua Island? Isn't this a good time? Hearing Luo Qianxue's words, and thinking of the prodigal product refreshed today, Yifeng also instantly became interested, and then hurriedly said, Master, although the disciple still has hundreds of extremely important things to do, compared with the master's things, those things are nothing. Master, don't worry, the disciple will accompany you to participate in this flower viewing event. Hearing Yifeng's serious nonsense, Luo Qianxue's heart was also full of touching. After a moment. Master, when will the flower viewing event on Tianhua Island start? Can we, the master and disciple, go to Tianhua Island while enjoying the scenery? After Yifeng got dressed, he looked at Luo Qianxue and asked. Disciple. I'm afraid there's no chance. Because the flower viewing event on Tianhua Island will start tomorrow, we have to go to Tianhua Island today. Why not let Xiaotang take us there? Hearing Yifeng's question, Luo Qianxue also explained. That's fine. However, where is this Tianhua Island, what level of power does it belong to, and why did they invite our Xinghuan Holy Land? When Yifeng asked Yi Xiaotang to come over through the system, he looked at Luo Qianxue with curiosity and asked. Chapter 535 Watching a flower viewing meeting, you also want to take the opportunity to lose money? Tianhua Island is in the first immortal realm. It is considered a top-level power. As for why they invited our Xinghuan Holy Land, it is because when Master was young, he saved the current owner of Tianhua Island, Gu Xiaoyun, in the Tiandao battlefield. So, when Gu Xiaoyun began to take charge of Tianhua Island, every 100 years, the flower viewing meeting would invite Master to reminisce about the past. Moreover, over the years, the other party has helped our Holy Land openly and secretly. Hearing Yifeng's question, Luo Qianxue also told him everything she knew. So that's how it is. The Master is really amazing. Others are risking their lives to find opportunities in the Tiandao battlefield, but the Master is different. She is risking her life to find a Taoist partner and a good sister. After learning about these situations, Yifeng also laughed and said. Hearing Yifeng's words, Luo Qianxue's mouth twitched a little. Although the fact is indeed this fact, she always felt something was wrong when Yifeng said it. My lord. Any instructions? At this time, Yi Xiaotang also came here, and then looked at Yifeng respectfully and asked. Open a space crack. Then send me and Master to Tianhua Island. Seeing Yi Xiaotang coming, Yifeng also spoke directly. The first fairyland, Tianhua Island. Disciple. This is the only town located in Tianhua Island, Tianhua City. However, this Tianhua City is usually uninhabited. It will only be open to the outside world during special periods, allowing outsiders to live here for a short period of time. Just like this flower viewing conference, this Tianhua City will be opened half a month in advance. And all the invited forces will exchange some cultivation resources, or buy some cultivation resources, and natural treasures from others after coming here, which provides a platform for mutual transactions for all forces. Walking on the very busy streets, Luo Qianxue also told Yifeng about some of the conditions of Tianhua City. Master. If that's the case, if someone really makes trouble here, can Tianhua Island keep the situation under control? Or is it that there is no overlord-level force among the invited forces? Hearing this, Yifeng looked at Luo Qianxue with curiosity and asked. No one dares to make trouble. Because there is a dominant force behind Tianhua Island. So, no one dares to make trouble here. Hearing Yifeng's words, Luo Qianxue also explained with a smile. That's good. If no one dares to make trouble, then I can let go of my hands and feet and spend money. After knowing this situation, Yifeng also smiled and expressed his thoughts. You promised to accompany me to participate in the flower viewing conference. It hasn't started yet, and you are going to spend money? Moreover, what does your spending have to do with whether anyone dares to make trouble here? You are the one that Tiandao Jieyun has to avoid when he sees you. Hearing Yifeng's words, Luo Qianxue also revealed a bitter smile, and even a flash of uneasiness in her eyes. After all, Yifeng's spending is not a normal spending, but a crazy spending. Disciple. To be honest, I was a little panicked when I heard you were going to ruin the family. How about you tell me how you want to ruin the family, so that I can be mentally prepared? With a little uneasiness, Luo Qianxue looked at Yifeng and asked. Master. It's nothing. I have the 3 top-grade fairy flowers from ancient times, and I think it would be a waste to keep them, so I might as well take this opportunity to spend money. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Yifeng also explained. The 3 top-grade fairy flowers from ancient times? Although I don't know what fairy flowers they are, they sound very unusual. Thinking of this, Luo Qianxue looked at Yifeng and continued to ask, then how do you want to spend money? I don't know. I don't know much about these fairy flowers. So, I thought of taking this opportunity to find someone who knows about the situation of the 3 top-grade fairy flowers from ancient times, and then decide how to spend money. Wait a minute. At this point, Yifeng's eyes suddenly lit up, and then he looked at Luo Qianxue and said quickly, Master, as the owner of Tianhua Island, Gu Xiaoyun should know something about the 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times. Why don't we go ask her? Okay. But are you in a hurry? If you are not in a hurry, you can accompany me to stroll around in Tianhua City first. After all, I am busy practicing all day, just take this opportunity to relax. After saying that, Luo Qianxue looked at Yifeng with expectant eyes. Master. No hurry. Today I will accompany you to stroll around in Tianhua City. Looking at Luo Qianxue's expectant eyes, how could Yifeng refuse? At most, he would fail in the squandering, and then deduct some squandering points. After a moment. How much is this hairpin? Coming to a street stall, Luo Qianxue pointed to a very beautiful hairpin and asked. At this time, she was holding Yifeng's arm. The two of them were like a couple in love. This feeling made Yifeng very happy. This hairpin is made of white ice jade. The price is 1,000 low-grade fairy crystals. If you like it, the price can be negotiated. Hearing Luo Qianxue's inquiry, the stall owner also looked at Luo Qianxue and introduced it with a smile. Just after the introduction, when the stall owner saw Yifeng directly picked up the hairpin and put it on Luo Qianxue's head, a hint of displeasure appeared on his face. Just when he wanted to say something, Yifeng spoke first. Praise it. As long as you praise my master, I will buy this hairpin, and I will buy it at the price of 10,000 low-grade fairy crystals. After putting the hairpin on Luo Qianxue's head, Yifeng also spoke directly to the stall owner. Don't bargain, but raise the price? Just praise the other party to make him happy. Hearing Yifeng's words, the stall owner was stunned, but after reacting, he quickly looked at Luo Qianxue and praised with a smile, Miss, after you put on this hairpin, you are just like a fairy descending to the earth. You look even more beautiful, bright and charming, and stunning. Disciple, hurry up, buy it. I am embarrassed by his praise. Hearing the stall owner's praise, Luo Qianxue also showed a sweet smile, and then quickly said to Yifeng. Master. What's there to be embarrassed about? He is telling the truth. Seeing Luo Qianxue's happy look at this time, Yifeng also said with a smile. Chapter 536, Want to make friends with me? Then will you be a spendthrift? Not far away. Look. Take a good look at how others please their Taoist partners. Hurry up, use his way to make others praise me. At this time, a dinosaur-level woman not far away also cursed the man beside her. Fuck. Isn't that woman making things difficult for me? I can use 10 times the price to make the stall owner praise my master, but the other party may not be able to make the stall owner praise her against his conscience even if he uses 100 times the price. Hearing the quarrel not far away, Yifeng also turned his head to look over. When he saw the other party's situation, he also complained in his heart. After a while. What? This thing sells for 10,000 medium-grade fairy crystals? Huh? This thing sells for 50,000 high-grade fairy crystals? Praise as much as you can. As long as you praise my master to be happy, I will buy them all at 10 times the price. During the following stroll, Yifeng waved his hand and praised everything that Luo Qianxue liked. He bought it first and then praised it. If he didn't praise it, he would pay the original price. If he praised it, he would pay 10 times the price. As a result, the two of them soon became the most eye-catching people on the street. Ding! Congratulations to the host for triggering the prodigal behavior. You will be rewarded with 1 million prodigal points and 100 Yunlang Luo Hua. Ding! Congratulations to the host for triggering the prodigal behavior. You will be rewarded with 3 million prodigal points and 100 Kingling Guawa. Ding! Congratulations to the host for triggering the prodigal behavior. You will be rewarded with 500,000 prodigal points and 100 Taiyan Yumingwa. As Yifeng continued to please Luo Qianxue in a prodigal way, the system's reward prompt sound continued to ring from his mind. After walking for a long time, Luo Qianxue also leaned on Yifeng's arms with a happy face, and then whispered, "Disciple, you are so charming when you are a spendthrift." Master. You found it too late. When I first joined the Xinghuan sect in the lower realm, you should have been attracted by my damn spendthrift charm. Hearing Luo Qianxue's words, Yifeng also said jokingly. Not far away. Young master. That guy is so arrogant. It's not a big deal to have a little money. Seeing his smug look, it's really annoying. At this time, in the second-floor guest room of a restaurant, a man in servant's robes also said to the young man in luxurious robes next to him. Uncle Zhang. Although you feel that his behavior is a bit too arrogant. But I feel that there is nothing wrong with his behavior. Besides, I really want to get to know him and make friends with him. At this point, Bu Shuai also looked at the middle-aged man next to him and continued, Uncle Zhang, please invite those two people over. Yes, young master. Although he was a little reluctant, the middle-aged man still jumped out of the window directly, and then walked towards Yifeng and Luo Qianxue. Uncle Zhang is also a man of temperament. If there is a door, don't go, just jump out of the window. Seeing Uncle Zhang jump out of the window, Bu Shuai also muttered to himself with a black face. You too. My young master wants to meet you and make friends. Would you two like to go? When Uncle Zhang came to Yifeng and Luo Qianxue, he asked very friendly. Master. Do you want to go? After hearing this, Yifeng looked at Luo Qianxue and asked. Disciple. Master will listen to you. After hearing this, Luo Qianxue smiled and said what she thought. Disciple? Master, are young people playing so extravagant nowadays? Hearing the conversation between the two, Uncle Zhang on the side also showed a touch of shock. Then let's go meet him. After saying that, Yifeng looked at Uncle Zhang and said, please lead the way. A moment later. Restaurant, second floor guest room. You want to make friends with us? Then will you spend money? After arriving at the restaurant guest room, Yifeng looked at Bu Shuai opposite and asked directly. People want to make friends with us, and then you ask them if they will spend money? What, if you don't spend money, you can't make friends? Hearing Yi Feng's direct words, Luo Qianxue beside him also revealed a trace of embarrassment, and smiled bitterly in her heart. My prodigal apprentice really wants to be a prodigal in everything. If a prodigal child is born in the future, I don't know what he will spoil him into. Huh? To make friends with you, I have to be a prodigal? When Bu Shuai on the opposite side heard Yi Feng's words, he was stunned at first, then laughed and said, "Friend, then I'm not really good at being a prodigal, but I really want to be your friend. Otherwise, you can teach me how to be a prodigal?" Huh? What's wrong with this guy? Why do you want to make friends with me so much? Am I that charming? Hearing the other party's answer, Yi Feng also revealed a trace of doubt, and then directly said to the system, use the opportunity to spy on the secrets of heaven once, and check the identity of the other party. Ding. Consume an opportunity to spy on the secrets of heaven. The other party's name is Bu Shuai, and he is the young master of Shura Palace. Shura Palace is not only a dominant force, but also the backer behind Tianhua Island. As Yi Feng's voice fell, the voice of the system rang from his mind. The young master of Shura Palace? The dominant force behind Tianhua Island? After learning the identity of the other party, Yi Feng also revealed a trace of surprise. He did not expect that the identity of the other party was so complicated, but this also made him more curious about why the other party must make friends with him. System, consume another opportunity to spy on the secrets of heaven, and check why the other party must make friends with me. As Yi Feng asked again, a strange information soon emerged from his mind. Interesting. It turns out that he was shocked by my way of pleasing women, so he wanted to learn from me. Then he went to please the woman he liked. After understanding the situation, Yi Feng also smiled and looked at the other party and said, "My name is Yi Feng, you can call me Yi Xiao. Since you really want to learn how to ruin your family from me, then I will naturally teach you how to ruin your family with all my heart." Bold. Who are you? How dare you let my family? At this time, hearing what Yi Feng said, Uncle Zhang, who was standing aside, was also ready to scold him, but was stopped by Bu Shuai. Then he looked at Yi Feng and said with a smile, "Yi Xiao, my name is Abu, you can just call me Xiaobu." Bu Shuai didn't tell his real name, because he was afraid that his identity would scare the other party. After all, not everyone who came to the flower viewing meeting might know him, but everyone definitely knew his name, not for anything else, just because he was the young master of Shura Palace. Chapter 537. It's over. The young master was led astray by Yi Xiao. Interesting. You don't want to reveal your identity yet, are you afraid of scaring me? After hearing Bu Shuai's words, Yi Feng also looked at the other party with a smile. What's the situation? Why does Yi Xiao look at me strangely? Why do I suddenly feel like I've been seen through by the other party? After noticing Yi Feng's strange eyes, Bu Shuai frowned and thought to himself. At this moment, Luo Qianxue suddenly found that the sound transmission stone in her arms had reacted, and then she quickly released her consciousness and activated the sound transmission stone. Very soon. Disciple. The island master contacted me and told me to hurry up and find her. Will you come with me, or should I go first and you come find me later? After the voice transmission, Luo Qianxue lowered her voice and asked Yi Feng. Master. You go first. I'll come to you right away after I finish this. Yi Feng said with a smile when he heard Luo Qianxue's question. A moment later. Young Master Yi. To be honest, I want to meet you because I want to learn how to please a woman. And it's not a deliberate way, just like you did before, it's extremely natural. After Luo Qianxue left, Bu Shuai no longer hid his thoughts and looked at Yi Feng and said his thoughts directly. Xiaobu. You can't just learn it. How about we have a competition first, treat each other as a Taoist couple, and see who can make the other laugh from the bottom of their hearts. After hearing Bu Shuai's words, Yi Feng thought about it and thought of a fun idea, and then directly proposed an idea of his own. Interesting. Young Master Yi, who will go first? Hearing Yi Feng's proposal, Bu Shuai also became interested and asked quickly. Let me go first. Xiaobu, do you know it? As he said that, Yi Feng took out a Yunlang Luo flower, one of the rewards he got when he triggered the wasteful behavior, and placed it on the table. That's it. Yunlang Luo flower. When Bu Shuai saw the Yunlang Luo flower on the table, he was shocked and stood up from his chair, his eyes fixed on the Yunlang Luo flower. No. However, when Bu Shuai saw Yi Feng casually throw the Yunlang Luo flower to the ground and crush it with his feet, he also shouted in a collapsed expression. Young Master Yi. That's the Yunlang Luo flower. In the entire upper realm, there are only 3 known plants now, and they are all on Tianhua Island. That is the sweetheart in the eyes of the fairy flower master. Why did you destroy it? After recovering from his shock, looking at the crushed Yunlang Luo flower on the ground, Bu Shuai also told the situation about the Yunlang Luo flower with great distress. Pa. Yi Feng ignored Bu Shuai's words, but took out another Yunlang Luo flower from the system space and slapped it on the table. A few seconds later. No. Master Yi, what on earth are you going to do? Seeing Yi Feng throw the Yunlang Luo flower he took out to the ground and crush it with his feet, Bu Shuai felt like he was going crazy. The 3rd one. The 4th one. The 5th one. When Yi Feng took out the 20th Yunlang Luo flower and prepared to throw it on the ground to continue crushing, the numb Bu Shuai finally thought of something, and then quickly revealed a smile from the heart and shouted, Young Master Yi, don't ruin it, look at me, I'm smiling so brightly. Xiaobu. Look, it's so simple to make someone laugh from the heart. So, have you learned it? After pushing the 20th Yunlang Luo flower on the table to Bu Shuai, Yi Feng also asked with a smile. Have I learned it? I have learned it, but even if I am the young master of Shura Palace, I don't have so many precious fairy flowers in my hand. Moreover, even if I have it, I can't be so wasteful just to win a beautiful woman's smile. This is so wasteful that my heart is about to break. Hearing Yi Feng's words, Bu Shuai wanted to cry to death. This is not a waste, this is simply stabbing a knife into the heart of people who like fairy flowers or fairy flower masters. Too brutal. This young master Yi is a ruthless man. Just because of his crazy and wasteful behavior just now, there is nothing wrong with the young palace master calling him young Master Yi. Uncle Zhang, who was standing by, was also shocked at this time. He realized that this seemingly ordinary young man in front of him was not an ordinary person at all. Bu Shuai also took a deep breath at this time, then looked at Yi Feng and said, Young Master Yi, it seems that your method may not be very suitable for me, but I am still very happy to make a friend like you today. If you need anything in the future, just come to Xiao. Young Master. Miss Fenger is here. Just when Bu Shuai was about to reveal his true identity, Uncle Zhang standing at the window suddenly saw something, and then hurriedly reminded Bu Shuai. Snap. Yi Feng, who heard Uncle Zhang's words, also quickly guessed something, and then directly took out the remaining 80 Yunlang Luo flowers from the system space and slapped them on the table. Xiaobu. What's inappropriate? I'll provide the fairy flowers, just follow my method. At this point, Yi Feng was worried that the 80 Yunlang Luo flowers were not enough, so he took out 100 Qingling bone flowers and 100 Tianyue Ming flowers from the system space and slapped them on the table, then said, Xiaobu, go ahead and do it. If these are not enough, I'll ask Uncle Zhang to send them to you at any time. That's Qingling bone flower. Even Tianhua Island only has one. That's Tianyue Ming flower. Then there's not even one on Tianhua Island. I'm going to spend all of these? After seeing the 3 rare fairy flowers on the table, Bu Shuai was really scared. Even though he was the young master of Shura Palace, he was still scared by Yifeng's generosity. Xiaobu. If you don't use them, I'll crush them. Seeing Bu Shuai standing there hesitantly, Yifeng also stood up and made a move to throw all the fairy flowers on the ground and crush them. Fuck. Done. After hearing Yifeng's words, especially seeing Yifeng's actions, Bu Shuai finally made a decision. After putting all the fairy flowers on the table into the fairy ring, he walked out of the guest room with extremely arrogant steps, and then walked towards Fenger's guest room. It's over, it's over. Why do I feel that the young palace master has been led astray by this young master Yi? Seeing Bu Shuai walking out of the guest room with arrogant steps, Uncle Zhang on the side also revealed a trace of uneasiness. Chapter 538 Uncle Zhang, it has to be you. Uncle Zhang. Have you heard of the 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times? When Bu Shuai left, Yifeng also felt a little bored, and then looked at Uncle Zhang on the side and asked. Of course I know. The 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times are the white flame poison flower, the mysterious ice ghost flower, and the demonic thunder flower. Each of these 3 ancient fairy flowers has a very special place. However, these 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times were extremely rare, so even in ancient times, there were probably not many people who had seen them. For the immortals of our time, they are already legendary. Hearing Yifeng's question, Uncle Zhang also smiled and explained. Uncle Zhang. Then what is so special about these 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times? Yifeng was instantly interested when he found out that Uncle Zhang actually knew about these 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times, and then looked at him and continued to ask. Spiritual intelligence. These 3 ancient top-level fairy flowers can all give birth to spiritual intelligence, and even finally transform into human form and embark on the path of cultivation. It can be said that among the fairy flowers, only these 3 top-level fairy flowers can give birth to spiritual intelligence. Moreover, I once saw a secret. Once these 3 top-level fairy flowers give birth to spiritual intelligence, transform into human form, and embark on the path of cultivation, their strength will be extremely terrifying. Seeing that Yifeng was so interested, Uncle Zhang also smiled and told him everything he knew. System. Then did the 30,000 ancient top-level fairy flowers that were refreshed today give birth to spiritual intelligence? After learning this situation, Yifeng also asked the system directly in his mind. Ding. No intelligence was born. Although these 3 top fairy flowers may be able to give birth to intelligence, they need to devour countless various fairy flowers in order to give birth to intelligence. Only after a long time can they give birth to intelligence. As Yifeng finished speaking, the voice of the system also sounded from his mind. So that's it. Then how should I spend these 30,000 top fairy flowers? After learning about this situation, Yifeng also lowered his head and pondered. Uncle Zhang. You should have seen that I am actually a spendthrift. So, I have something to ask you. If I had these 3 top fairy flowers from ancient times, how can I spend them to make it more fun? After a moment of silence, Yifeng also looked at Uncle Zhang and asked. If? You don't look like if at all. Seeing Yifeng looking at him expectantly, Uncle Zhang was a little panicked at this moment. For some reason, he always felt that the other party seemed to have these 3 top fairy flowers from ancient times. Young Master Yi. Stop it. Even if it's a hypothetical situation, you can't ruin the family. It's no exaggeration to say that the 3 ancient top-level fairy flowers, the white flame poison flower, the mysterious ice ghost flower, and the demonic thunder flower, are definitely the fairy flowers that all fairy flower masters want to get the most in their lifetime. Even if they can't get them, even if they can see any one of them in their lifetime, for any fairy flower master, it can be said that they have no regrets in their death. After recovering from his shock, Uncle Zhang also looked at Yifeng and hurriedly persuaded him. Take a look and die without regrets? The speaker is unintentional, but the listener is intentional. Hearing Uncle Zhang's words, Yifeng's eyes lit up, and then he looked at Uncle Zhang with excitement and said, "Uncle Zhang, you are still good at it. It seems that you are persuading me, but you still told me how to ruin the family. What did I tell you? And what do you mean by this? What if you really have it in your hand?" Hearing Yifeng's words, Uncle Zhang was completely dumbfounded, and the look in his eyes when he looked at Yifeng again was full of disbelief. "Wait. Young Master Yi, don't make trouble. I just want to know one thing now, that is, do you really have the 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times?" After reacting, Uncle Zhang also hurriedly looked at Yifeng and asked. "Uncle Zhang. To be honest, I do have some of the 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times." Hearing Uncle Zhang's question, Yifeng also smiled and answered the other party. Isn't there one? Are there some?" After hearing Yifeng's answer, Uncle Zhang took a deep breath, then rushed out of the guest room and rushed to Feng Xiaoxiao's guest room. He had to inform the young palace master of this important news immediately. On the other side, "Xiaoxiao, are you happy today?" After spending all the Yunlang Luohua, Qingling Guhua, and Tianyue Minghua in his hand, Bu Shuai looked at Feng Xiaoxiao, who was about to go crazy with a smug look on his face, and asked, "Happy? I'm almost happy to death." Hearing Bu Shuai's question, Feng Xiaoxiao also gritted her teeth and responded. But looking at the more than 200 rare fairy flowers crushed on the ground, Feng Xiaoxiao felt that her heart was about to break. Peng. At this moment, the door was suddenly knocked open, and Uncle Zhang walked in from outside with an anxious look, and then looked directly at Bu Shuai and said, "Young palace master, something bad has happened." "Uncle Zhang. What happened?" Hearing Uncle Zhang's words, especially noticing Uncle Zhang's anxious look, Bu Shuai also asked, curiously. "Young palace master. Young Master Yi is going to squander his fortune again. Besides, he will probably be even more desperate this time. So, no matter what the cost, we must persuade young Master Yi to stay." Uncle Zhang also hurriedly told the situation at this time. "What? Young Master Yi is going to squander his fortune again?" Hearing Uncle Zhang's words, Bu Shuai stood up from his chair with excitement, then looked at Feng Xiaoxiao and said, "Xiaoxiao, young Master Yi is going to start squandering money. I have to hurry up and learn. It would be even better if I can participate in it, so I won't disturb your rest." After that, Bu Shuai left Feng Xiaoxiao's guest room in a hurry and ran quickly towards his own guest room. Stunned. Seeing Bu Shuai leave the guest room with an excited look, Feng Xiaoxiao and Uncle Zhang on the side were stunned. It's over, it's over. The young palace master has really been led astray by that young Master Yi. How can he still be obsessed with squandering money? After recovering from his shock, Uncle Zhang also revealed a bitter smile. He never thought that after only knowing each other for a while, that young Master Yi would have such a big impact on his young palace master. "Uncle Zhang. Bu Shuai is my future husband, but look at what he has become now. And the culprit who caused all this should be the Yi Xiao you mentioned. No, I must settle accounts with him, and I must not let Bu Shuai continue to fool around with him." After saying that, Feng Xiaoxiao also strode out of the guest room, and then quickly walked towards Bu Shuai's guest room. Chapter 539 Damn. "Yi Xiao, don't mess with me. Wait a minute. Don't leave. I haven't told you what fairy flower Yi Xiao is going to spend money on." When Feng Xiaoxiao also left the guest room, Uncle Zhang suddenly remembered something, and then hurried out of the guest room and immediately chased after the two. "Yi Xiao. I heard from Uncle Zhang that you are going to squander money again? And this squandering will be even more crazy?" When Bu Shuai returned to his guest room, he looked at Yifeng with excitement and asked. "That's right. Why, Brother Bu wants to participate?" Seeing Bu Shuai's excited look, Yifeng also asked with a smile, and at the same time, he thought to himself, I'm squandering the 3 top ancient fairy flowers this time. Bu Shuai not only didn't have much reaction, but also wanted to participate in it. Has he completely understood it? Yifeng didn't know that Uncle Zhang hadn't had time to tell Bu Shuai about his squandering of the 3 top ancient fairy flowers. Young Master Yi. I do have this idea. Because I have already felt the joy of squandering money, I just don't know if young Master Yi can give me such a chance to participate in it. Hearing Yifeng's question, Bu Shuai also directly expressed his thoughts. Of course. If Brother Bu wants to help, that would be great. After all, I really need some help with this wasteful behavior. Hearing what Bu Shuai said, Yifeng also smiled and nodded in agreement. No. Bu Shuai, look at what you have become now. Have you forgotten your identity? If you continue to play with him, you will really become a prodigal son who has no knowledge. At this moment, Feng Xiaoxiao walked in from outside, and then expressed a different opinion with a cold expression. Bang! Yifeng suddenly slapped a fairy ring on the table, then looked at Feng Xiaoxiao and said, There are 2,000 Yanlangluo flowers in this fairy ring. Either I crush them all, or you crush 1,500, and the remaining 500 will be given to you as hard work fee. You decide. Young Master Yi. Do you want me to crush these 1,500 Yanlangluo flowers with my left foot, or do you want me to crush these 1,500 Yanlangluo flowers with my right foot? Hearing Yifeng's words, Feng Xiaoxiao was stunned at first, and then made the most correct choice very sincerely. Kick. 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 At this time Uncle Zhang, who had just arrived, saw this scene and stepped back several steps in horror. Then he said in shock, In just a short time, the future young lady has also fallen? A moment later. 3 of you. I have 10,000 of each of the 3 top-level fairy flowers from ancient times. So, I want to use these 30,000 top-grade ancient fairy flowers to build a huge fairy flower like a house. Then at night, in front of countless fairy flower masters on Tianhua Island, light it directly with a fire, so that all fairy flower masters can see this most colorful scene. Looking at Bu Shuai, Feng Xiaoxiao and Zhang Shu in front of him, Yifeng also expressed his thoughts seriously. What? You have the 3 top-grade ancient fairy flowers in your hand? There are still 10,000 of each? Then you want to use 30,000 top-grade fairy flowers to build a huge fairy flower, and burn it in front of countless fairy flower masters? After hearing Yifeng's extremely crazy and wasteful idea, the 3 people were so shocked that their eyes almost popped out. In fact, they now wanted to yell at Yifeng, Are you still a human? Even a dog can't do such a crazy thing. They didn't dare to imagine that the hundreds of thousands of fairy Taoists and fairy flower masters who liked fairy flowers gathered on Tianhua Island at this time would go crazy when they saw that scene. Huh. At this time, Bu Shuai also took a deep breath, then looked at Yifeng and said in a trembling voice, Young Master Yi, you should be joking with us, right? Brother Bu. Do you feel like I'm joking with you? However, I really have to thank Uncle Zhang for thinking of this wasteful idea. If it weren't for his reminder, I wouldn't have thought of this at all. Hearing Bu Shuai's question, Yifeng also answered with a smile. Fuck. Don't mess with me. When did I remind you? If countless fairy flower masters knew that I was the one who came up with this crazy idea, they would definitely cut me into pieces. Uncle Zhang, who heard this, panicked instantly. Seeing that Bu Shuai and Feng Xiaoxiao looked at him with eyes that wanted to kill him, he also explained with a broken face, Young Palace Master, Miss Fenger, it's not what you think. I really didn't remind young Master Yi. This is all his own idea. It has nothing to do with me. Uncle Zhang. Don't be so modest. If you came up with it with your own ability, then admit it openly. What are you afraid of? Hearing Uncle Zhang's words, Yifeng also expressed his thoughts. Fuck. Stop talking. If you keep talking like that, I'm really going to be killed by you. Hearing Yifeng's words, Uncle Zhang wanted to cry to death. If it was really his idea, then he would be blamed, but he really didn't say anything. Young Master Yi. Then tell me, how did I remind you? Why don't I remember reminding you? After a moment of silence, Uncle Zhang felt that he couldn't bear this big black pot for no reason, and then he looked at Yifeng with a serious face and asked. Uncle Zhang. Did you say before that if any fairy flower master can see any of the 3 top fairy flowers in ancient times in his lifetime, then he will die without regrets in this life? Hearing Uncle Zhang's words, Yifeng also asked. That's right. I did say that. After hearing this, Uncle Zhang nodded and admitted it. That's it. I do this to help countless fairy flower masters fulfill this wish. Anyway, as long as they see it, they will have no regrets in this life. Since there are no regrets, what's the point of keeping these 3 ancient top fairy flowers? It's better to burn them for fun. At this time, Yifeng also looked at the 3 people seriously and explained. According to you, then all the fairy flower masters will have to thank you? After hearing Yifeng's explanation, the 3 people were completely dumbfounded. However, Bu Shuai and Feng Xiaoxiao no longer blame Uncle Zhang, because Uncle Zhang's words are correct. After all, who would have thought that Yifeng would come up with such a crazy and wasteful idea based on one look, no regrets, which is simply not the way a normal person should think. Chapter 540. It's over. Our Shura Palace is surrounded by Golden Legend's young palace master. Miss Fenger. Look, this is really not my fault. I didn't expect that Master Yi would associate such an abnormal idea of squandering money with such a normal sentence of mine. At this time, Bu Shuai, Feng Xiaoxiao and Uncle Zhang also walked aside, and then Uncle Zhang spoke first with a bitter smile. Uncle Zhang. Now this matter is not important. What's important is how we can persuade Master Yi to give up this idea of squandering money. After all, those are the 3 top fairy flowers of ancient times. We can't just watch them being destroyed by Master Yi. After hearing Uncle Zhang's words, Bu Shuai expressed his thoughts with a serious face. Bu Shuai. This is Tianhua Island, so can we use the identity of the ancient island owner to dissuade Mr. Yi from this wasteful behavior? At this time, Feng Xiaoxiao, who had been silent, suddenly proposed an idea of her own. Hearing Feng Xiaoxiao's idea, Bu Shuai's eyes lit up, and then he walked toward Yifeng with a smile. Mr. Yi. If you want all the fairy flower masters to see it, I'm afraid you have to contact the island owner of Tianhua Island first. If the other party doesn't agree with you doing this, then... Before Bu Shuai finished speaking, Yifeng interrupted directly, then let's give her enough benefits and let her agree. Give her enough benefits and let her agree? Hearing Yifeng's words, not only Bu Shuai laughed, but even Feng Xiaoxiao and Uncle Zhang beside him also laughed. After all, no matter how much benefit Yifeng gave to the island owner of Tianhua Island, the final decision was in the hands of Bu Shuai. Master Yi. If you give the bribe but the other party doesn't agree, can we terminate this plan to ruin the family? Although Bu Shuai felt that this wave was absolutely stable, he thought that there must be no accidents in this matter, and then he looked at Yifeng and asked tentatively. Why do you want to terminate it? If the owner of Tianhua Island doesn't agree, then contact the overlord behind Tianhua Island. If that overlord-level power doesn't agree, then I might have to use some abnormal means. Hearing Bu Shuai's words, Yifeng looked at him with a half-smile and expressed his thoughts. Abnormal means? Young Master Yi, what do you mean by abnormal means? With a hint of curiosity, Bu Shuai looked at Yifeng and asked. Buzz. 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 At this moment, Bu Shuai suddenly realized that the sound transmission stone in his arms had reacted, and then he looked at Yi Feng with an apologetic look, then stepped aside and activated the sound transmission stone. He was very confused. Why would his father contact him at this time? Fuck. You little bastard, who did you offend outside again? Do you know that our Shura palace is now surrounded by the Golden Legend? The Golden Legend is the golden legend that makes countless powerful people in the Chaos Wilderness tremble with fear. I am wearing a pair of bitter tea leaves now. I am so panicked now. Just after activating the sound transmission stone, Bu Taixing's terrified voice rang out from Bu Shuai's mind. Golden Legend? Shura Palace is surrounded by the Golden Legend? Most importantly, it is related to me? Stunned. After hearing what his father Bu Taixing said, Bu Shuai was completely stunned. He really wanted to say that the mysterious Golden Legend suddenly surrounded Shura Palace, and it had nothing to do with him. Wait, at this moment, Bu Shuai suddenly noticed that Yi Feng was looking at him with a smile, which reminded him of what he had just said. Then, an extremely terrifying guess emerged from his mind. Young Master Yi. I feel that even if you don't give a bribe, the owner of Tianhua Island should agree to this. At this time, in order to verify his guess, Bu Shuai directly told Yi Feng his decision. Fuck. Finally gone. Bu Shuai, you little bastard, how did you provoke the big terror behind the Golden Legend? And just after Bu Shuai finished this sentence, Bu Taixing on the other side also breathed a sigh of relief, and then scolded Bu Shuai again and questioned. Provoke? Father, what are you talking about? That was just a joke my good brother played on me. Okay, I have to hurry up to help my good brother, and I won't say more to you. After that, Bu Shuai directly cut off the connection of the sound transmission stone. Shura Palace, Main Hall. What's going on? The great terror behind the Golden Legend has become my son's good brother? Then my Shura Palace will take off? Looking at the unresponsive sound transmission stone, Bu Taixing was stunned at first, and then his face showed an extremely excited expression. But soon, he showed a look of collapse and muttered to himself, You guys are joking, but why are you scaring us? You don't play like this. Tianhua Island, Tianhua City, and the guest rooms of the restaurant. Big brother. When are we going to build that huge fairy flower? I can't wait. At this time, Bu Shuai also looked at Yi Feng with excitement and asked. He never thought that the inhumane Yi Xiao in front of him was the great terror behind the Golden Legend. He just called Yi Xiao, why did he suddenly become big brother now? And what about the agreed dissuasion? Feng Xiaoxiao and Zhang Shu, who heard Bu Shuai's words, were also confused, and then looked at Bu Shuai with a puzzled look. Brother Bu. When to build, we have to see what the owner of Tianhua Island means first. It just so happens that my master just went to find the ancient island owner, so I will go to my master now and discuss this matter with the ancient island owner. If I can get the consent of the ancient island owner, I will contact you at that time. Hearing Bu Shuai's words, Yi Feng also smiled and said. A moment later. Young palace master. Did something happen? Why did you suddenly agree to young Master Ye's idea of squandering money? When Yi Feng left the guest room, Uncle Zhang looked at Bu Shuai with a puzzled look and asked. Why did you agree? Hearing Uncle Zhang's words, Bu Shuai smiled bitterly, then looked at the two and explained, This is no longer a matter of whether I agree or not, but I am not qualified to decide this matter at all, because in Yi Xiao's eyes, we are all like ants. Tianhua Island, Tianhua Palace. Qianque. If your apprentice wants to squander his wealth, let him squander it. Why do you still want me to be mentally prepared? After all, his squandering has nothing to do with me? Hearing Luo Qianque's reminder to herself, Gu Xiaoyun also asked, with a puzzled look on her face.